Do you want to control your throttle with W and S keys, but still keep your throttle lever working normally? No Lua, no programming. This is a pure logic node throttle adapter, and it takes about 2 minutes to build. Stay tuned. Well, here's the idea. The seat already gives us a W and S output, and if we compare those outputs using greater than and less than logic blocks, those blocks can tell our throttle to move up or down. Then we can wire that logic straight back into the throttle's up and down inputs, and that's it. It's just that simple. So what parts do we need to do this? Well, first off, you should start with a running driving boat that already operates, because this is kind of a quality of life after the fact add-on. But what you're going to need in that boat is a driver's seat or a helm or a control handle, whatever you guys are using. I'm using a helm in this case. You're also going to need a throttle lever that currently controls the boat. And then there's a couple ways we can do this. We can just use a logic node, like a greater than and a less than. And that's all we would really need. But I prefer, just to save space, to do it with a microcontroller, which is the same darn thing, just smaller. So we're going to need a microcontroller that's a 1x3. I already have mine set up, blank 1x3. So let's go ahead and pop straight into that and get it set up. We're in the design section of the microcontroller, and we want to go under the logic and the schematic here. And we want to have a on-off output, another on-off output, and a number input. Now let's just name them all. This one I'm going to call W and S. If you guys prefer to use your arrow keys, go ahead, but kind of Stormworks standard is W and S as throttle. We need an on-off output that says up and an on-off output that says down. Okay, just sprinkle them out on here however you see fit, and head into the logic section of your microcontroller editor. Now we're just going to spread these out so they look something like that. Okay, all we need now is a greater than, slap it up here, and a less than, slap it down here. Okay, hook them up to the up and down. Less than goes to down, greater than goes to up. The W and S node coming in from the throttle needs to go to the top of both of those. Okay, now let's take a look at what we're actually doing. Okay, so we have W and S coming in from the throttle, or not the throttle, sorry, the helm in this case, and we're feeding it into a greater than block. The greater than block is comparing the number coming in to this number here, which is nothing hooked to it, so it's 0. So what it's doing is it's saying if this number, W and S, is higher than 0, apply a logic output, which goes to up. Same with down here. If this number coming in from W and S is less than the not hooked up number here, so that's 0, B, then apply an output going to the down. If you have it hooked up like that, hit the update button. Okay, after that, we just need to get W and S hooked up, and I'm going to hook mine to W and S. Okay, pretty simple. Hook up the down to your throttle, or in my case, throttles, down input. I have 2 throttles, 2 engine boat. It'll work the same way with however many you want to do. Same with the up. Hook the up to the up on your throttle. Okay. Now, this part is very important. And this is the part that everyone misses. Go into the select button up here and click on your helm, or whatever you're using, and go to axis 2, which is W and S. You need to set it like this. You need to have the mode on reset and the sensitivity maxed out, 100%. What is this doing? So what we're doing here when we do this, if I push W, it instantly outputs a number value of 1 to our microcontroller. If I push S, it instantly outputs a -1 to my microcontroller. Okay? The more important part is when I let off those buttons, it instantly goes back to 0. Okay, that's the important part. We don't want lingering numbers hanging out, because when you hold S, it's going to throttle down. And then when you let off, it's going to take the throttle a minute to get back to 0 if you don't have this sensitivity turned all the way up. Okay, so now what happens if your throttles are going too fast or too slow? We'll come into your throttle, and I'm just going to assume you have a single throttle engine, and change the sensitivity here. I like mine at 100%. It seems to work pretty good, but I have a lot of vehicles where sometimes it works better around 75%. But for my boat, in this current case, I use 100%. If you're throttling too fast, turn that down. Okay? Now remember, I did presume you had a functioning boat, so now you just have a little quality of life add-on to it. So let's just jump in and make sure that the thing works. Jump in the boat, get on the helm, and I'm going to push W. Throttled up, and as soon as I let off, it instantly stopped moving. Down works, up works. And I can still control my throttle manually, which means I can control my 2 engines independently, should I so choose to. Pretty simple, right? And pretty easy. Let's fire it up, and I'll show you guys where it's really useful. If you're not playing in career mode, and you're in third-person mode, now you can throttle up and down in third person. Okay? Pretty darn simple, guys. So if this helps you out, hit that like button. If you want to see more simple Stormworks builds and logic tricks, hit the subscribe button. And if you want more no Lewis systems or super simple, easy quality of life improvements, let me know in the comments. See ya.